Hi guys, this is Kathy from Wicked Lady Chains, and today I'm going to try and demystify the Kinged Vipera Berus Chainmaille. It's a basket weave type of chain. Okay, this one is done in stainless steel, 18 gauge 1/4. This one is 20 gauge 532, but I haven't doubled the rings on that one, I've tripled them. Quite a difference in size, you know, so it depends on what size jewellery you want, depends on the ring size you use. Personally I love both, but as you can see it's quite a difference, and the little one probably takes around about 3-4 times longer than the larger one does to make, but the larger one is the one we're going to concentrate on today. It makes cracking men's and females jewellery. Pretty simple weave, not so easy to do in stainless. It can cause hand fatigue very quickly. It's best to use the right tools for the job. You know, you don't tiny little pliers for something like this, but you equally don't really heavy wide jawed pliers for something small and intricate like that either, dear. Okay, so the first thing you want to notice with this weave is the distinct pattern, right? You need to understand the pattern to be able to do the weave correctly. If you look at it closely, you'll notice that all the rings going down the sides, okay, follow a very distinct pattern. You go out, in, out, in, out, in. This center part is already made. Okay, that's the 2 and 2 chain that I'm going to be showing you in a moment, but this is what I want you to pay attention to. Also notice that they're paired. Okay, so you go in, out, in, out. If you don't see this distinct pattern, you've gone somewhere wrong in your weave. It's time to undo and see if you can rectify your mistake, unfortunately, which can be rather time consuming. So I would advise that if you can ever go at this, try with a larger ring size first. Don't go and jump straight into something like this. Pretty as it is, it's not an easy one to do. Okay, so to start off and make one of these, I'm going to get 18 gauge 1/4 rings. That's in standard wire gauge. Okay, to begin with, it's a simple 2 and 2 chain or 2 and 4 chain, whichever way you want to look at it. Each 2 rings go into 2 rings, or each 2 rings go into 4 rings. I'm going to assume you've got some knowledge of making simple chains, so I'm not going to go into the mechanics of putting 2 rings into 2 rings. We can get stuck straight in. Okay, so I like to have a starting point, and I find this stuff works fabulous. It's garden twine. We used to tie plants to sticks and what have you to keep them upright. Cheap enough. I think I bought 5 of these for £1 in my local garden store. Okay, they keep their shape, twist them around, and they're fabulous. They're perfect for this type of job. Put your twine through the first 2 rings. You can use a scrap ring if you want to, with a nice different colour, just to help you identify, but I prefer a twisty tie for reasons that will become apparent. Okay, so that's your starting point, and basically our first ring is going to go through the 3rd ring here. So if you have this 3rd ring facing towards you, this will make it easier, because I like to fetch the rings in from the side. It makes it easier for me personally, but I like to twist the weave using the tie, so you'll see why it's easier to come in from the side. So grab your first ring. I'm going to use scrap rings here, so I'm not going to concentrate on closures. I don't want anybody screaming at me about my closures. Literally, this is just for demonstration purposes. If you're making a piece of jewellery, obviously make sure your rings are closed tightly. There's no sharp points, there's no gaps, because they can catch on clothing, they can scratch skin. You don't want that, not if you're selling jewellery especially. Okay, so first off, we're going to count down 3 rings. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This ring is facing us, which is what we want, because we want to come in through the side, and we're going to twist the top to get it to where we want. So we come, put your ring through the first 2 rings there. Okay, twist your cable tie. You can only go so far, because that 2nd ring will stop you. Okay, so when you've gone as far as you can, you know that's as far as you need to go. Take your ring, go up through first 2 rings, okay, and close. This is Kinged Vipera Berus, meaning all rings are doubled, so we need to add another ring. Okay, following the same path as before, just take your ring and go through those same 4 rings again and close. Alright, so now we're left with this. Whenever you add rings, turn them so they're to the left of you, okay, and you'll be left like a triangle shape coming out this side, and that side will run flush. And the reason we do this is because the first empty ring after the ones you added last is the one that we're going to literally bring up and connect to the first one to start your weave. Okay, so I'm going to grab a nice royal blue ring this time. First empty ring. Now that one is not empty, the red rings are going through it, so we want the one underneath again is pointing towards us, which is perfect because we want to come in from the side and twist. Now when you twist, the chain will automatically layer itself into the correct position, and all you simply do then is go in through the ring above. Okay, so again you threw 4 rings, close your ring. We need to double that to king it, so let's grab another ring here, following the same path you went through before. We go through those 4 rings. Okay, so that's kinged. Bear with me, this is quite difficult with the webcam right in front of me. So now we're left with that. So if you was doing doubled cloud cover at this point, you would have finished. You'd literally take off these rings and you've got your double cloud cover unit there. That's simple. Right, so those are the last ones we added, the blue ones. We want them facing to the left. Okay, so turn your weave over. Again, you've got like the triangle shape here, and that is more or less in the straight line. We want to grab the first empty ring again. That one wouldn't be empty because there's blue rings going through it, so it's going to be that one. Okay, now this is the point most people get confused. To start off, you're always connecting the first outer rings, and then thereafter you're going to start going either under or over those outer rings. Remember what I said about this pattern? Outer, under, outer, under, outer. Well, this is going to be your first outer. Okay, so the next ring we add is going to not only go through these 2 silver, it's also going to go through the red. Okay, and the way we're going to do that is through the silver there, okay, and also through the red there. So we're going right under through the eye that is formed. So grab a green ring. I'm going to grab the first empty ring, which is this one, through there, and now twist the ring to the side, and it'll automatically try and layer on top through the red and through the 2 silver right behind it. Okay, you need to have those 2 silver rings on there as well. Try not to split the silver rings and come up in between them. It's easily done, and you'll end up having to undo your weave and start again. Okay, so in case you didn't grab that properly, okay, so the blue are the last ones we added. We know this because they're lower down than those red as well. The blue are over to the left, which is where we want them to be, because the next ring we're linking up to is the highest one. The red one's up there. So through the empty ring, twist straight up through the red and straight up through the 2 silver directly behind. Okay, and close your ring. Okay, and have I got the blue in there? No, we haven't. That's okay. We need to king that, so we can add another green ring through where we went last time. So through the same rings, up under the red, up under the silver, and connect. So that's kinged. They're the last ones we added. Want to turn the weave so they are now over onto our left, because the next one we're going to go up to now is up to the blue. They're the highest ones. So this is literally going to fold over to there. So I'll grab gold this time, I think. And again, we're going underneath. Okay, it's always the same when you start off with your third and fourth set. So we come through the third, up under the two blue that we added, and up under the silver as well. So through that eye and close. We need to king that, so we add another ring through the same path. Okay, so if I grab another gold, through the same rings we went through before, so through the first two, up under the blue, yeah, and also through the silver. So we're catching those 4 rings on there. So this is where we are so far. The gold are the last ones we added. Flip your weave over. Now you can see it's starting to take shape now. Okay, now look at these outer rings. You got outer, inner. Okay, so if a set of outside rings are going under the ones in front of them, they're an under. Alright, so the next ring now that we're going to add is this empty one here, and that one will be folded up. Okay, now the last ones we added went under the outer rings. We need to mimic the ring that comes before the one we're about to weave into. Okay, so we need to go over it this time. So you go over, under, the next one goes over. The outer should always be over, under, over, under, over, under, all the way through. So if I add, let's go for a nice purple this time, is it? We go through the empty ring, first empty ring there. Okay, now this one is going to be more difficult because we're going to be going over the green one. So twist your weave, you go through the silver. Okay, you see it there? Yeah, but we also need to go through those greens. You can't see this one so well. I don't know how well you can see that. So you go through the silver and through the greens. Okay, and connect it up. So the side looks like that. So you've gone through the silver and through the green. Add another one to king it. Same path. Through the bottom two, up through the silver and through the green as well. And close. So now you're at this stage. The purple are the last ones we added. Flip them over so they're on your left. Okay, so your next part now is going to be taking the first empty ring, and that is going to come up there. Now again, look at the outside. You've got an outer, you've got an inner, so the next one is going to be an outer, so that is going to come over the top. So if I go back to red, grab your first empty ring. We're going to twist the weave slightly because we're going to go through the silver. Yeah, you see that? and we need to go through the gold. Okay, this is where it can get a little bit fussy and tight. This is what tightens your weave up here. Okay, so as you can see now, we're outer, inner, outer. Add another red ring through the same path we went through before. Let me open this ring up a little bit. You'll probably find it easier with your rings a little bit wider when you've got to go over the outer there, because you need a bit more manoeuvrability. Okay, so through the bottom, through the outer silver, and through the golden, and connect them up. Okay, so we're at this stage. Outer, inner, outer. They're the last ones we added. Let's flip them over. So now our next one, this is the empty one, that is going to go up onto there. Now looking at the outside, you've got outer, inner, outer. So the next one is inner, so it's going to come up under purple first. Okay, so let's grab a blue. Open my ring a little bit more. So we're going to grab the first empty one. Okay, and we're going to go up under the purple and through the silver. So grab the first two purple and grab the two silver rings directly behind and close. Alright, I do apologise for the quality of this video. I was hoping it'd come out a little bit better. Again, through the bottom, up through the purple, okay, and also through the two silver behind. So you can see a chain starting to take shape now. Alright, so outer, inner, outer, inner. So the next one is going to be an outer on there. If we flip it over, your outer, inner, outer. So the next one is going to be inner. It's going to go up under the red there. Okay, so that empty ring is going to come up there and connect on there. So let's grab a green, is it? Let's open my ring up a little bit. Let's grab your first empty ring, twist. This is going to go up under the red and catch those two silver behind. Alright, and close. And please don't go screaming at me about these closures, because these rings have been used so many times for different demos. So let's king that up and add another green. We'll go through the ones we went through before, up under the red. Yeah, can you see my ring popping up there? Right, and don't forget to catch the silver ones behind. Okay, so it's up under there and through the silver as well. So you're always catching 4 rings onto your 2 there. So now let's have a look where we are so far. Okay, see they're mimicking each other. Outer, outer, inner, inner, outer, outer. So the next one is going to be an inner. So flip chain, and check this side out. Out, in, out, in. So the next one's going to be out, which means it's going to come in over the top of the blue there. Okay, so the next chain is going to come up and it's going to link in through the top there. So if I grab a gold, through the first empty chain, twist, and if I twist the chain slightly you can more see the gap there, okay, because we need to come down through the silver, okay, and down through the blue. Alright, you see that? And connect. Alright, so you can see it's coming now. Purple, blue, gold, outer, inner, outer. Double up that gold. So I'm going to ring a little bit. So through the rings, through the silver, down through the blue. Now when you're doing the up and over, like I just did, that's where you're going to have difficulties getting your rings to close properly because they're going to be very, very tight. Okay. Gold's the last one we added. The gold should be over that side, and the next ring we're going to add is going to come over the top of the green because the red is over the top. So you're always looking for the rings preceding the one you're about to weave into. So these are the last coloured ones I got by here. So through the empty one, twist your weave slightly, we're going over the top of the green, so we want to go through the silver first, down through the green. Okay, your ring will only follow one path. A ring is a circle after all. Let it go where it needs to go. You don't need to fight it. Okay, double this up. So you've got a kinged, so you're going through the bottom, through the silver, and down through the green there. And close. No, left that. So, outer, inner, outer, inner. Purple is the last you added. Turn that over, switch to your left. And you're ready to start with the next one. Just turn it up. So for the last one I'm going to chuck in 2 stainless because that's all I got left here. Okay, grab an empty ring. Ooh. Mine doesn't want to catch, so I'll grab a bit. Through an empty ring, up. Now the ring before the gold is going under the gold, so this one also needs to go under. So you go under the yellow, catch the silver. Oh, now if you look, see, I've come up between the 2 rings. You don't want that, you need to catch both the rings on there. That's better. And close. And that's literally all there is to Kinged Vipera Berus. It's so easy. I'll add in the last ring for sake of tidiness, because I don't like leaving anything half done. So we're coming through and close. And you can just carry on indefinitely doing that. Just keep adding on your 2 and 2 chain. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you managed to follow. I do apologise again for the quality of the video. I'll try and get a camcorder set up for the next one. That's it.